Imagine this. You're you, regular old American citizen. You see someone across the way. They're in a military uniform. Their jacket says U.S. Marine Corps. They start walking towards you and you realize this is your moment. You puff out your chest, look them right in the eye and say, "Thank you for your service, soldier." But instead of looking happy, they just scowl at you. You've made them upset. You cry for hours. This tragic tale didn't have to go this way. It could have been prevented. If you knew that not everyone is a soldier and that every branch of the military actually calls its members a different thing, you wouldn't be crying in a sad pile on the floor right now. On today's episode of Task and Purpose Military Basics, we're going to be breaking down the different names of all the different service members so that nothing like this ever happens to you again. First, let's cover the one you already know, the Army. Members of the Army are called soldiers. In the Army, soldiers are sometimes also called JOEs, or GI, short for government issued. They are also sometimes referred to as dog faces, usually by members of other branches. Soldiers in airborne divisions will also call the infantry legs, since they have to walk everywhere, while the paratroopers get to jump out of planes. Members of the National Guard can be called National Guardsmen, but probably prefer if you just call them soldier too. Let's move on to the Navy. People in the Navy are aptly called sailors. Sailors will call each other shipmate, but usually only if they're a little bit pissed at them. Other branches of the military sometimes call sailors squids. Never call a sailor a sea soldier or a water warrior. Seaman, however, is an actual naval rank and could be fair game. Next up is the Air Force. Be extra careful with this one. The Air Force uniforms might look the same as the Army's, but that does not make them soldiers. Members of the Air Force are actually called airmen. In the Air Force, airmen call their buddies wingmen. If you're an airman and also a mess, the other airmen will call you Airman Snuffy. There is also a special nickname for Air Force Academy grads. They are called Zoomies. Members of the Air National Guard are called Air National Guardsmen, or just airmen as well. Members of the Coast Guard are supposed to be called Coast Guardsmen. However, most people colloquially refer to them as Coasties. This is mostly out of love, or so we tell them. The easiest branch to identify is the Marine Corps. Members of the Marine Corps are called, drumroll please, Marines. Easy peasy. Marines are sometimes also called devil dogs, leathernecks, or jarheads. On the complete opposite side of the spectrum, we have the Space Force. Unlike the Marines, it is essentially impossible to guess what you should be calling one of these guys. Is it Forceman? Is it Space Ranger? Is it Spaceman? No. They are actually called Guardians. That's right, just like the Guardians of the Galaxy. I guess it would have been too on the nose to steal from Star Trek a second time. Here's hoping a raccoon and a tree join the Space Force sometime soon. I bet they'd look great in camo. And that's it. Go forth and correctly name all the service members you see. They will be so happy you did. Plus, the likelihood of you getting beat up by a random Marine will drop significantly.